cool.
I'm assuming if it's off or something, I'll just add info or something that you may have missed. I don't know. We'll see. You'll probably be doing most of the talking.
Maybe so. Let's just get a little audio check. Yeah, just let me know how the audio is, the balance between mic, the Discord, and the game. All right. Right now I'm taking an opportunity to wind up the RNG here. We'll explain in a minute what this does for you, but just give me but 12.2 seconds to get set here. There you go.
Did you have a countdown before that?
I'm using the timer. I used the Best of NES timer for it. Alright, so basically what's going to happen in the first level, there's these purple potions that'll spawn, and they spawn every, well, I want to say 17 seconds, maybe? Does that sound right? And they're on
something like that.
Yeah, and it's on a timer that resets, that doesn't reset rather when you hit the reset button. If you do a soft reset, it does not change the timer, but if you do a hard power, like a full power cycle, it will change it. So essentially what we do, it's kind of cheating a little bit. I don't know, I always feel kind of iffy about doing stuff before the timer starts to set up things for your game, but that's the convention for this game, so that's what we do. So I'm going to set it up so I get a pink potion right away. And that's going to let me just save me. It only saves probably about 5-10 seconds at most doing that. But, that's a lot in a game this optimized.
Yeah, the game is very well optimized at this point.
Yep. Well, I think I'm ready to go here. If you guys want to... If you can see everything, and I think we can kick this off.
Yeah, I can.
Music is a little quiet. All right. Let's see what I can do on that. There we go. I think that should be a bit better. Let me just make sure chat's okay with that. Okie doke. Well then, let's, I guess, start the run here.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You'll need a lot of it.
Maybe I will. Alright, so let's... Man, I always feel like I'm forgetting something. No, I'm not. Let's start this off. Alright, here we go. Wizards and Warriors. This is the first game in the Wizards and Warriors series. Wizards and Warriors 1. We got Wizards and Warriors 2 coming up next. But here's this pink potion. Look at that. It's right there just as I get there, so I get to take the fast route through this level. Nice blue potion drop. That actually, blue potion makes you go fast, but surprisingly that's not useful at all in the speedrun anywhere, because the only places you get those potions are, places where you're going to be doing vertical instead of horizontal movement, right?
Right, yeah. Most of the time you're jumping up things rather than actually moving across the ground. In very rare instances can you get a useful blue potion. Yep,
so it's, very, very little use in the run. So this route that we're doing here, I just came up with this last week. And, I don't know, it's a little bit less fragile than the other route we were using.
Yeah.
But it's still got some RNG. Those gray doors that open and close, they're completely random. It's probably the worst thing about this speedrun is just dealing with door RNG. Because, you have a great run going, and then the door is just like, nope, not going to spawn. You'll just have to
10
sit
seconds
here.
Lost.
Yep, 10 seconds lost at least. Oh wow, I totally overdid on the gems here. You only need 100 gems. In each of these levels, your goal is to collect a bunch of colored keys that let you in different colored doors. The key matches the color of the door. And then ultimately you have to find enough gems, collect enough gems in the level to get by the guard. The guard doesn't actually take your gems, he just makes sure, he does sort of a credit check, and he makes sure that you have the gems, whether or not, he actually takes them. Doesn't seem to matter, because the gems don't do anything. But it's the point of the game is to find, the optimal way of collecting 100 gems in this stage. The number of gems will change. Here's another gray door that we're waiting for. So this kick that you see me doing, we got the Boots of Force, and as well as being a pretty badass attack method, I mean, it does 3 damage with each strike, which is way better than anything else. It also lets you open chests without having the keys to them, which is pretty broken in a speedrun. So you can really just shortcut all kinds of stuff with it.
Who needs keys?
Yeah, you don't even need keys. These Boots of Force does it for you. It's great attack. It looks great too. It's good exercise. There's really no downside to
none at all
to using the boots. Alright, so here we go. We call this the feather jump.
This is the hardest jump in the game.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. So right there, I mean, maybe that looked like it was nothing, but the way this works is there are some jumps you're not supposed to be able to make, but if you land from a jump on the very edge of a platform and then jump again at the very edge of it, you can get just a little bit more horizontal distance out of it. Not sure exactly why that happens, but it does, and that's how you get up to the feather there. So now I have the Potion of Levitation and the Feather of Featherfall. That's actually its name. And those are the two things that let you do all the speed tech. So you hold the up button to levitate. I'm going to do it right here in order to get up to this ledge. And there's a whole bunch of jumps that you can only make with that. And the other thing you can do by holding the up button with that feather is to float down kind of slowly, just like that. You can use it to break your fall or to, to get across large gaps. But this is one of those games, sort of like the original Metroid, where you want to be on the ground as much as possible. You're slower in the air than on the ground, so pretty much all the movement optimization centers around you having minimal height jumps and always always running when you can be running instead of jumping. And other than that, it's about getting good RNG and good boss fights.
This is kind of a tricky boss fight, like to get used to, I think, when you're learning. Because you're trying to get a good position to where you can hit all those baby bats without, really having to move or take any damage. But finding the pixel where that happens is incredibly difficult.
Yeah, that's a pretty neat boss fight. It can be kind of dangerous if you don't come in there with enough health. But the nice thing is the boss is predictable. He'll move predictably, and you really just have to get used to the fact that while you're taking damage, you take damage and you have invincibility frames, and you can't hurt the boss during your invincibility frames. So you really got to get used to knowing when you're taking your hit and when you're getting and when your invincibility frames are about to wear off. It's all about just getting that timing. So right there, that was random luck. How long it takes that bubble to spawn and how fast the bubble moves is completely random. That was about medium. We could have done a lot worse.
That was one of the worst patterns.
It was one of the
worst ones.
It was pretty bad, but honestly, I've seen worse. If I was actually trying to do it at a record attempt, it would be worse than that, I guarantee. Alright, so this thing, I don't know why this works and why it sometimes doesn't work, but there it works. There you go. We just float up in the air, jump in the wall, and suddenly we can go slightly out of bounds. That's barely a time savings. It's not even a sequence break.
It's like 2 seconds at most.
Yeah, really, because you can just go down and around, and it's just you go through the wall, and it looks cool and makes chat happy, so that's why we do it.
Yeah.
And it's fast. I mean, this is a pretty optimized run. Apparently even more optimized after Dark Teryx just crushed this game the other day.
Somehow.
Somehow. Well, it's only temporary. You never own a record, you only rent it.
Sure. Come at me. This is my personal favorite level. I did a lot of rerouting on this level to route from a previous run that Bablo did.
This is a really good stage. This probably is the best one for just pure speed gaming.
The old route that used to go through a lot of hidden doors throughout it, but I was able to find a lot of chests that were in the way and other gem drops that made a lot of those secret rooms obsolete. Made it a lot faster.
Yeah, the fact that you have to collect, there's 200 gems you have to collect in this level. There's a blue potion when I don't need it. But
yeah.
There's a lot of gems that you have to collect, 200 in this level, and there's so many different ways you can do it that there's just so many different route possibilities that I'm not even convinced that what we're doing now is the best way. I'm sure there's probably more things that can be done with it. But the collection aspect of it is what really gives you all this great movement to optimize. And
in addition to the collection.
Okay, go ahead.
I was going to say, in addition to the collection, the thing that you have to worry about while you're speedrunning this is you have to have very specific gem counts when you go into certain areas. It's just good to always make sure you have enough. Otherwise, by the time you get to the end of the level, you're going to be short, and then you're out of luck. You have to either go really far out of your way to get gems, and it wastes a lot of time, or you just have to reset over it.
Yeah, you do need to come up with your strats and your backup strats. And you also have to have pretty good accuracy with the dagger, collecting a lot of these gems. That's the nice thing about it. Oh, I'm going to die at this boss. Yep, shoot. Yeah, you got to come in here with more health than this. Unless you can get the crazy quick kill, you have a really good boss fight, I noticed. You have a different way of killing this guy that I haven't been able to reproduce yet. Blah. But see, yeah, the method I use, I have to come in there with more health, and it just didn't happen. Fortunately, you get unlimited lives, essentially. Alright, go ahead.
I was going to say, from what I understand, you can do this with the blue square boss in the previous level as well. I don't know if it's a frame perfect thing or what, but like if you just kick on the right frame, that's what causes the enemy to just kind of stick to you, and then you can just run straight to the door and just continue kicking them there as soon as your iframes wear off.
Yeah, the weird thing is he does different stuff sometimes. Like, he doesn't always
I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes he'll turn right away, and sometimes he'll wait and then turn. I don't know, there's some weirdness with this boss. But anyway, the nice thing is you only have to fight him once, unlike some of the other bosses in this.
Yeah. Now, you just saw Griselda, which I know is Feasel's favorite.
Yeah.
Little does Feasel know that he's wrong.
Oh.
We got Penelope coming up. Obviously the best. But in any case, this level is... I really like this level as far as the climb goes. Getting this climb down... Oh, wow, that was fantastic door luck.
Yeah,
getting
the door cooperative.
right out.
These doors in general have been really cooperative.
Yeah, it's the bubble that wasn't.
Yeah.
But, I don't remember what I was saying, that's fine. What he did there, though, we're back in level 1. Basically, if you use the Potion of Levitation, you just repeatedly hit up while you're facing right. It pushes you to the left, and level 1 and level 5 are put right next to each other on the map. So you just have to push yourself into the wall and go back into level 1 and complete the first 3 stages over again.
Yep, basically doing
That's
exploration glitch. Yeah, just taking advantage of the fact that these maps are all connected. Oops. It'd be cool if you could get the levitation in level 1 so that you could use it to warp to level 5. Then we'd have to play even less of this game.
That's something I need to go and look at, is the Japanese version, because I saw a screenshot from it, and it showed them in level 1 with the Potion of Levitation, which makes more sense, because then you could actually get up to the trees without having to do a damage boost.
Right, that's interesting. I wonder if maybe they just went through from level 5 back to level 1, and that's how they had the potion in level 1.
Maybe, yeah.
Alright, so yeah, but basically that takes you back to level 1, and the thing about this game is it counts how many damsels you've rescued. It doesn't count which ones, it just counts how many. There's a count. So when you go back and redo level 1, you rescue the damsel in level 1, and it just keeps incrementing your count. You go to level 2, you know, and so on. By the time you hit level 3 and beat that boss, the game's like, alright, you've rescued enough of them, you just won the game. So you don't actually have to play the later stages. Once you warp back to level 1, you replay levels 1, 2, and 3 in place of levels 5, 6, 7, and 8, because there's one level that actually doesn't have a damsel to rescue. So you don't even... So that's one whole level that you don't have to do.
And it's the hardest level in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And a real pain in the butt, too. But the all stages run of this doesn't use that glitch. That's the only difference. It does all the stages naturally and not the reuse of levels. And it's a really cool category that's ruined by the final boss, which is so RNG. And I mean, we have all kinds of theories about how to manipulate it, but nothing that actually makes it consistent time-wise, you know? So it's... Yeah,
Ooh,
that
good
basically
positioning on the bat.
Yeah, thanks. This bat boss has been going pretty well for me. It's really just the level 4 boss that keeps kicking my butt in attempts.
And I'm the opposite. Level 4 one's like my best boss.
Oh wow, we'll have to watch.
I don't know what it is, but like I can usually get the 2-cycle. I don't know why.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's see what kind of bubble luck. So there's a bubble that we're waiting to despawn someplace that's off screen right now, and it must be a slow one because it's taken a while. Okay, there we go. So finally, new bubble formed, and it's a fast-moving bubble. See how fast this is. So that's a slow-fast pattern. Not great, but it's better than slow-slow.
Yeah. Which would you rather have? A slow pattern with a fast bubble or a fast bubble with a slow startup?
Probably the... I don't know, like one that appears sooner but moves faster, probably. No, one that appears...
Later,
sooner but moves slower. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Sooner but move slower. That's what I'd rather have. Because you can always
agree.
use the levitate to get out of it quicker.
Yep.
And then you can levitate up to the other ledge after it, so you don't even need to re-jump on the bubble.
Yeah. Well, that right there, we're not sure why that happens.
Yeah, we don't know
when you
why
try to
that
go
just
through the wall.
suddenly fails. Oh, I guess it's time, isn't it?
Oh, time.
Tell the guy running the timer to hit that button.
Yeah. GG. I don't have the timer up. What was the time?
It was
Oh, wait, I do, never mind.
12:32. I hit it kind of late, but it was 12:32. Not fantastic. Oh, just the bad. I mean, we had bad bubble luck, and then the death of the boss.
Yeah.
Oh wait, and I'm also doing timing from the start menu, not from character control. So that's gonna
Right. So -8 seconds.
yeah,
per
8 seconds or so.
But still, good run then.
That was okay. But yeah, Wizards and Warriors. This is a really fun run. Like the movement tech in this is so good.
It's
There's
so
just
good.
it's really complex for a game that's just like, you know, jump, attack, and D-pad. That's all.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that the final boss is so awful.
Yeah, all stages is the more fun category that you
It
just
is.
get to the end and it's like, all right.
Yeah, it is, because all the stages that we skipped were really good speed game stages, but the man, the final boss so bad.
And you could watch the SGDQ